flaws. We abide by the laws and counter arguments in the sense that we bend not break and we filed in our claws. Surrounded by fog, all alone in a parking lot. Has never meant to fuck it, then it does right now on this path to the bottom of the lowest rung. Stop me if you've heard this one. Stop me before I pull my bow and aim and shoot my shot to the heart of the sun. That's death from above, that's death by 1,000 cuts. Death comes fast or slow, and you never know when, but it always comes. Reduced visibility, a moment of clarity. Do you find yourself scared to be on the side of the coin that's loved for its rarity? Every season needs a Brutus, every Jesus needs a Judas, every J needs a A, every Tom needs a Jerry, every Jerry needs a Newman. Defined by flaws, we abide by the laws. Uncomfortable pause, damn, that's an uncomfortable pause. Surrounded by fog, all alone in a parking lot. What would you do if you had nothing to lose and you were sure that you could not be caught? That's a fucked up thought. That cannot be a thought, cause that's who you are at the root of it all. When the chips are down and the hands been called. When you're no longer enthralled by the hands behind the mind. When you're no longer beholden to the sky.
Particularly liberating in my experience. I'm sure you've experienced how little you can learn from a success, although it feels great. Doesn't really teach you very much. So in my experience, I've, even doing something like this was really an attempt at liberating myself, not intending to fail this, but opening myself up, always leaving myself open to the potential of failure, however painful that might be. And believe me, this is painful right now.
To the head, cut off in an instant. Roll right, roll call, find who is missing. Rolling right out with the tongue hanging out like bleh. Dead men tell no tales, and dead capital don't make no sales. When the dead creeps upon you like a fog, that's a fucked up thought caught up in the folds of a terrible knot like amethyst, little fish, violet violence, and long hours, short walks, pacing around the place like a grandfather clock and chasing after dreams of a comfortable rock. That's high. We've been trained like dogs to salivate, waiting for our cords to be cut and accumulate dust till the dust turns to rust. But rust never sleeps, and never have you ever felt a terror so deep than a never better greeting from behind clenched teeth. That's heat. There's a direct line from the womb to the tomb. There's an art that's fine to keeping up appearances and staying with the clearances of time. Seconds pass in a flash while minutes are infinite if you empty the mind like dollars from the wallet just to pay off the fine. I can feel it coming in the air. It's the choke point. And I said what I said, what I said, no gapping. Dead what I dead, keep laughing. Deep rest while you can, keep off of the views from a terrible man. Keep offering clues as if there was a plan. Long odds, short straws, patient for revenge in the eyes of the law. When making it depends on a buy-in from God, that's odd. Time bleeds out in seconds. I said what I said, no stressing. Blah 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 blah. Don't you think it's funny how everything is different now? Ha 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 ha. Open, shut, face, closed case. pavement is fear of the other, and after the math is the birth of the suburbs, and under the skin of the sidewalk is a hard rock full of tough talk, and I'm gone. Gone like a flash in a pan, I saw smack in an instant. And if I could turn back any fragment of time, I would find a way to make it stay on the line it was on. Flatten combatants in the action. You in a war by never ever asking why. Why bother with trying to show that you're dying? Why bother to show up at all? And under the paving stones beaches flow. Tide comes in and there it goes. It was the first thing that we learned when we got here, was to not fear all the blood. He fades at the mere sight of the birth and becoming, and how much that has to be spilled to make quote-unquote something out of nothing. And if you think that I'm bluffing, let's call all the bets in and lay all the cards out and see who's really willing to lose. I think you've been here before. I think this feeling has been felt before. We are connected by rhizomes to the great tones, while the fake ones are unshaken until they're befallen by the pain and rotation of the sun. Oh, when you break bones just to make homes, by the same token the blame goes to the name sold, so the flames hold to the ground. The notation is mistaken. The notation is mistaken. The notation is all wrong.
Much of your writing is focused on your own working through of states of panic, states of despair that you've experienced in your own life.
I know just one thing. I repeat it over and over again. I've tried to approach it from different angles to make it look different, but it's the same thing. And I'd had this horrifying series of panic attacks that made me feel I was going insane. And I made a great mistake. I tried to repress it by sheer willpower. It's like pulling back a spring and being terrified suddenly that it'll bound back on you. I let go. And quite suddenly, my heart began to pound so fast I thought I was having a heart attack. So I rushed into the lavatory and I just sat there in the cool, trying to sort of calm myself down as you might try to calm a frightened horse. Parasites can insert themselves into your unconscious mind and just suck your energies dry. What you might call original sin. Now I'm suddenly experiencing the damn thing. Now, I managed to get rid of this by actually describing it. I just put it straight down on paper. And when I finished that, I felt much better. I finally discovered after 3 or 4 nights of this that I could control it if I woke myself up as fully as I possibly could. And then, like that, a sudden deathly silence. But you know the way you are in the middle of the night, you wake up and you begin to worry about money and all kinds of things. The lower levels take over in the middle of the night. Well, this is what happened. Now that experience seemed to me so completely pointless and miserable and rotten that I could see no meaning in what it seemed to undermine all my life's work.
Into night, a quarter
A grid of yellow lines painted upon the ashes of the old ones who walked upon this earth until the sky fell and the soil swallowed them whole. Time boiled them to oil that we drill up from the holes that we cannot stop digging. We cannot stop digging for a goddamn minute. We will not stop digging and painting yellow lines on everything that we have conquered and taking hold of time as if we were making a monster. A grid of yellow lines painted upon the ashes of the old world. There was never a garden we would not take. A grid of yellow lines, tedious, innocent, and mundane.
They say when the shit goes down, it's bound to come back up again. And what comes back up is nothing but the secrets buried with dead friends. And the shortest way between 2 points, erase one and just stand still at the edge of eclipse and penumbra. As the time folds and the mind wills, and they say real recognize real, and surreal is as surreal does. You can peel it like an onion with the service of a white glove. And they say that when the shit goes down, it'll stay down for a while yet. No matter how dry the eyes are, you can see now that the smile's wet.
They say that what goes around comes back again in threes, and that means that I'll die 9 times before I'll be set free. It's simple math, and you know that. The ripple slaps with a little taps. A trumpet in morning says goodnight, and that's that. Of steel jaws, of real flaws, the face that you can't peel off. A cheap box of cheap rocks and thoughts that you cannot keep off. They say that what don't kill you will strengthen you with pain. Along the length of the main vein, what remains becomes plain, and you can see through fog and rain. What goes up and must come down is empires, fates, and balls that bounce. I said that, and I'll never take it back again. Never let it fade like a tattoo on my back again. Sun showered, sun bleached, all that we leave behind is teeth. Fog wrapped, all that we bury will come back, 'cause evil is as evil does. Words mean shit coming from above, like iron fists in velvet gloves, or cement shoes on the ones you love. What goes down and must stay flat, hostages, egos, and silly cats. The door knocks, the door stops. Do you really want to answer that? At the end of a run online, and at the risk of breaking, maybe I'll be fine. But the actual fact is I'm contracted and great, and every sign is might never come back again. That's a promise made of watching every story end. Eventually, the dogs come for us all, and fog covers tracks in the parking lots of shopping malls. A single floodlight diffuses the mist, and I stand underneath with a mouthful of spit. And eventually, it all comes down to this: run-on sentences that end with an asterisk.
Have you seen a shadow? Let us do an activity to observe a shadow closely. Umbra is a region of complete shadow resulting from total obstruction of light, while the penumbra is a fringe-set region of partial shadow around an umbra. Take a square object and see if the umbra and penumbra can be seen.
Hold that card, and you see that it's a 6 of clubs. Face down, and that's a bit of a bluff. At the spot where you did not show up, that's a misdirect. You move this way through the fog. You see me, I see you, and we both fucking know what we came here to do. I got a 6 of clubs and another in my pocket in case you fix the cut. That's the only way to stop it, and there's a story told on the street where I grew up about the man with the dogs who only walks them at night or early in the morning when the fog is thick and the light comes up grayscale and plays many tricks. I got a 6 of club, and the only way I'm calling it is if you pick up and you make it into a promise that you dig back up. When the debts have been calling, I know the mix is wrong, but it will not be my coffin.
The shadow is more diffused, and we can see a light surrounding a middle dark region. This light region is the penumbra.
Not contained by the bounds of the yellow lines of the grid, not contained by the time, by the fuzzy edges of a memory. The person that you're scared to be in pain, not contained. Never bound by the language of the hammerman. Never found in the voyage of the damned end. Never opposite the composite conclusions of the judge, jury, and the executioner's hand. No more sentimental sentiment. No more arrogant experiments. No more evidence that's evident. No more relevance or testaments. No more